Hi, I just wanted to come on here for a moment because there were some really great comments that have been coming through on some of the videos from some of the subscribers, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been commenting. There have been some really great comments from people that are clearly twin flames on a twin flame journey and have some really great insight and are going through the things that I'm really describing in my videos as well. So it's really great to see that people are understanding it and are experiencing it. And there was just a couple of really great interactions that I had, and I just wanted to kind of expand on some of what we were talking about in those comments. So what I wanted to talk about today is that twin flames are here to merge the spiritual and the physical. We are here to merge heaven and earth. We are merging these together. We're merging 5D and 3D and bringing these two together is what the journey is really about, and that's what we're doing. There is the spiritual twin, there is the physical twin. One is ruling the three top chakras, and one is ruling the three lower chakras. One's in the spiritual domain, and one's in the grounded and physical domain. And the journey and the job of the twin flames is to merge these two together, to merge spirit and matter and heaven and earth, a balancing act of being able to harmonize this dual energy, this duality, to harmonize it not only in the 5D, but also bring that harmonization right down into the earth, right down here. Again, the things that you can see, touch, taste, smell, all of that stuff, it's got to come right here in the physical. Now, once the divine feminine enters into the surrender stage and she comes into inner union, she feels so complete after going through the purification process and energetically merging the masculine, who is Shiva, and the feminine, who is Shakti, within herself, okay, because she's the spiritual twin, and she does the actual inner merging. She does the inner merge between the twins. That's her job. She goes through that spiritual awakening first. She goes through that Kundalini energy. She's the one that's moving things along spiritually. So once she goes through that process, she can feel so whole inwardly that she no longer desires physical union because she already feels whole. She no longer feels fractured the way she did. The energy has shifted. She's in the surrender stage now. And this is a good thing. You don't want to stay in that fractured, separated consciousness. You don't want to stay there. You want to come into union with self, with your soul. When you come into wholeness with yourself through that process of merging those two energies, Shakti, she is the feminine and she's asleep in the base of the spine. She moves up through the chakras and she comes up to Shiva, who is the masculine, and they merge. That is the awakening process. And once you get to that point of this process, again, I also described in the video about what inner union feels like. It is a very zen, peaceful, calm type of a feeling. And you start to have a more direct link to source because you've been purified and you're a lot more in your higher self. However, it can feel like she kind of almost doesn't even want the physical union anymore because she feels so good. She feels so good. She feels whole. However, this is not how the journey ends. This isn't the end, okay? So it keeps going. That's a stage on the journey, and it's important that we get there. But just remember, this journey is going to keep unfolding and keep progressing. So what we need to also remember is that that is not the end. There is a good reason that we must come into physical union with our twin. So inner union is not enough to create peace on earth. And I'll tell you why. The reason that's not enough to create peace on earth is because, you know, it's easy in a lot of ways to be at peace, you know, by ourselves. Let's just say that. We'll just say it's easy to be at peace when you're by yourself and you feel whole as a person and you feel self-sufficient. You don't feel like you need anybody. That's a great thing. However, that is not what we experience in our life. We're not always alone. There's a big wide world out there with lots of people on it. And we need to be able to have peace in the world. So we need to be able to interact with everyone that we interact with needs to be in a state of harmony and peace and balance. You know, it's easy when you're alone in your room meditating or just alone with God, because that's what happens on this journey. God isolates you and wants to spend time alone with you, and that's wonderful, and it's absolutely essential on this journey to spend alone time with God. I do this all the time. In fact, I love to be alone with God. I love that time, and it can be a struggle to go out into the world and face the harsh realities of going out into a world where there's a bunch of fractured people living out there. You know, not everybody is on the same level, and people are awakening at their own pace as well. Again, we need to really bring it into the physical and understand that that is part of the journey, is being able to actually physically balance the shared energy in a physical way with your twin flame, and how essential that really is. It's not enough to have the inner union. It needs to come down into the physical earth yet. And this comes by the grounded physical twin, the divine masculine, who really at some point brings it right down into the physical plane. The divine feminine, she makes that inner union happen in the 5D, but that's not the end. It still needs to come into the physical. The physical, bringing it into the physical is essential, is what I'm trying to say. It's an essential part of this process. It's the 5D and the 3D need to be in harmony. Heaven and earth need to merge. The spiritual and the physical need to merge. And again, the twin flame, when you come into, once you incarnate together, that is the journey. The journey is the spiritual twin and the grounded physical twin need to merge. And they do this in the shared energy part is going to be in the heart chakra. That's the center chakra, and that's the heart chakra. So we do need to be in harmony with our own soul. And the twin flame, the other self, is the other aspect of our soul that it has incarnated at the same time as you. And you are one unit. And even though you've got inner union, you still have to balance the physical. The physical union is part of it. It needs to come into balance and into harmony physically as well. So inner union happens, but the physical union and the physical harmony needs to come about as well. And this is where the real, good stuff is happening here. This is where we're creating peace on earth. This is where it's happening, is when you can do that, you are literally creating peace on earth. When you can do that, when you can really come into physical union with your soul and live with your soul, live in wholeness with your soul, physically face your soul every single day and be in harmony with your soul, and look your soul in the eyes every single day in a physical way, that is peace on earth. That's what that does. And that's why it's such an important part of the process. So it's not just a spiritual journey, it's a physical journey. It's bringing that spiritual right down into the physical, right into the earth, and looking it right in the face, touching your soul, making love to your soul, looking your soul in the eyes, being able to cooperate with each other. That is powerful stuff. And that's really what it's about. It's bringing the spiritual and physical together in the 3D, in harmony, no longer fractured, no longer duality. It's that you're in that you understand that you are one unit, functioning in harmony in the physical 3D world. That is really awesome, and I love this journey. It's amazing. So, like I was just saying a moment ago, the twins have to meet in the middle, in the heart space, in the heart chakra. So the grounded twin has to come up and meet their twin in the heart chakra, and the spiritual twin has to come down to meet the twin in the heart chakra. So this is the area that binds them together in the heart chakra, because it is the vibration of love. You understand? The heart chakra is the unconditional love, and it is the vibration that is binding the two twins together, which is love. Now, God is love. We've all heard that before. God is love. And it is that vibration, or that frequency of love, that is the glue that fuses together the spirit and the physical matter together. And God is love. So God is the glue that is holding the twins together, because it is love that is God, and it's that vibration that is the glue that fuses them together, and it's it is God and love that actually brings heaven and earth together. Because our soul is created in the image of God. That is the part of us that's divine. And that's where we have the balance, is in the heart chakra. And so, again, on this journey, when the divine feminine, she enters into that surrender stage, she kind of comes out of the heart space. Let's just say that. She comes out of the heart space, and sort of, she's really up in the crown chakra now. She's moved all that energy through. She's in the crown chakra, and she's in a state of Zen, and this is a very good thing. And she stops desiring the divine masculine and isn't concerned about even coming into physical union. And again, remember, this is the energy that actually shifts the divine masculine, because really there is an energy reversal that has happened there. Remember, he was the one running. He wasn't trying to create physical union. He was the one sort of that is kind of shut down and not really moving things forward in a physical way, right? He's the runner. And so once the spiritual twin, the divine feminine, the one who's been the chasing energy, she enters into that surrendered state and stops chasing, and she has gone through that purification process. That is what awakens that divine masculine, and now he starts to his energy changes. His energy, he becomes more interested. He starts to desire the physical union the way that the divine feminine did in the earlier stages when she was chasing. So it's kind of like they do sort of reverse roles of the divine feminine kind of being like, I'm not too worried about it anymore. I'm kind of happy and comfortable the way I am. And the divine masculine sort of enters into more of the chasing energy of desiring the connection more, desiring the union. And that's all necessary. But they still need to balance that, and they both have to come into the heart space, and they both have to come into that unconditional love. So the divine feminine, she goes all the way to the top, to the crown chakra. She's all the way up there now, and he's down at the bottom. But remember, the balancing is to come into the middle. So she has to come down from that space to meet her divine masculine in the heart space. And then he has to come up from his energy from the bottom, from that base, those 3 base chakras, and he's got to come up and meet her in the middle. So that's the balancing that needs to happen after the surrender stage. Anyway, I just wanted to discuss that for a moment because I just thought that was, I just had some really great conversations with a couple of subscribers, and I really enjoyed that. And I just wanted to talk about that because we keep talking about the spiritual and the physical, and that's the whole thing, is we're merging those two together. We're merging heaven and earth together. We are coming out of the duality. We're coming away from that. We're coming away from being fractured. We're coming into wholeness. We're merging these two together. So anyway, I thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you later. Bye.